can't and won't.
You can't. Just a little. Not why?
It's because in my head I think
well, we used to just fight here. It's Minecraft book.
that feels good for you. It has
So it's the designs.
Did you know?
I know.
They're not real.
How's that even real? Who would believe in it?
I'm a gnome.
I'm like a gnome. I'm like a gnome.
I'm like a gnome! Did you actually... See, did you see what I did? I don't get it.
Okay, right, stop. Stop. Idiot. You're adopted. You are.
Why do I look at that?
Because your dad was adopted too.
Look.
Your sound is like you're like a name.
Look at it.
Add it to the party. Ant?
Stop watching Darman!
Sorry.
Alice, stop watching Darman!
Can't and won't. Nope.
I'm streaming.
Dangerous and deadly. Fun. So, well, dying's a bit sad, isn't it? Nope. Let's do this once more.
Animals than humans? Psychologists have different theories to explain why. For example, one theory says the reason lies in the way we perceive animals. We believe they are inherently innocent, so they deserve sympathy and help. But how does that extend?
Can't and
do
won't.
animals actually need it? Let's find out. In 2017, an English Mastiff pup named Jackson was not even 1 year old. He was an ordinary canine teen who spent his free time in the backyard of his house, probably barking, playing with the ball, and rolling in the grass, stuff like that. Until something weird happened. A frightening scene. One day, Jackson approached his owner, Clayton Howard, and she suddenly realized that something was wrong with her pet. If you own a dog, you probably know this feeling when your pet is silent and just he needs help. Immediately, right now. After examining the puppy, Howard found some marks on his body that looked like insect bites. And then she discovered holes on him. When the vet at the clinic shaved off the patches of hair, they saw more holes. Jackson's entire body was riddled with BBs and pellets. One projectile was found under Jackson's eyelid, one in the ear, and another one in the paw. They were everywhere. The doctor removed 27 projectiles from the poor dog. Fortunately, Jackson recovered quickly. However, the police found out that there were probably twice as many projectiles fired at the dog because some of them didn't penetrate the skin and simply bounced off. Also, not every projectile hit the target. Several of them were found lodged in a tree growing on the property. The police managed to find evidence that indicated where the shooting came from. Then they got a warrant to search the house next door to find even more evidence. Well, the police didn't disclose the details, but the suspect was
So legendary is it?
How did I match that?
That's pretty well.
Especially when you know that some cows or horses live in a fenced area. That means there was no way they could save themselves. Many of them were trapped on small areas of land, surrounded by water on all sides. The vets had to feed, treat, and rescue the animals. And let me remind you, we're talking about large species. It's one thing to rescue a kitten, but a horse is a completely different story. That's why most often it's farm animals that die during floods. According to official data, Hurricane Florence in North Carolina claimed the lives of 5,500
Dangerous
pigs
and deadly.
more than 3.4 million poultry. Keep in mind, many animals were simply swept away by the waves, and statistics can't account for them. Sometimes owners can't even rescue their dogs. Honestly, I don't know how you can save yourself but leave your pet like this, alone against the raging elements. But perhaps there might be different circumstances. In any case, all poor pets can hope for is that other people would come to the rescue. Volunteers, private rescuers, hospitals, they make their way into flooded houses, hide animals off rooftops, too late. You need to be ready for this. You need to be ready to face it. I wonder what the spiders do during floods. They can't just fly away. They can't expect volunteers to save them. What choice do they have? Just die cursing natural selection? Oh no, spiders aren't like that. You can't kill these guys so easily. So they run from the rising water. Just imagine you step onto the porch of your house and see everything around you is teeming with thousands of spiders. Don't we panic now? It sounds like someone's nightmare. But this is exactly what happened during the 2021 floods in Australia. A brown swarm of spiders covering the ground and everything in its way. Houses, fences, trees. Yes, a moving swarm of spiders. But any high ground means a chance to survive, and no one wants to die. So spiders are not the only animals that try to escape from the water by climbing higher. Snakes, for example, climb trees even if they aren't exactly tree snakes. Ants, skinks, crickets, neither of them cares what kind of hell will get in their way, even if it's a human. The good news is that as soon as the water's gone, spiders and other creatures will quickly get away from people. The bad news is that until this happens, you have to watch this. We've been focusing too much on floods. Let's travel to the slopes of El Colorado Mountain in Chile. Yes, it's full of snow, and there's also a horse? An old horse that lived a normal life until it suddenly ended up amidst heavy snowfall. After that, a snowcat drove along the slope, a vehicle that grooms snow on ski slopes. Apparently, the snowcat made the snow even deeper and even more dangerous. The horse got stuck so tight it couldn't even move. Most likely, it tried very hard for a long time to get out. Eventually, it simply resigned to its fate. It'd probably die if not for the person who came to the rescue. Honestly, if I were snowboarding, a horse would be the last thing I'd expect to see on a slope. But Raphael Pease quickly realized the animal was silently begging him for help and could not just ride past. After several hours of digging, the guy managed to persuade the horse to go down the mountain to the pasture, where they parted. A couple of weeks later, it was revealed that the horse belonged to a local farmer who released it into the wild so that the old animal could enjoy its retirement. Well, who would have expected it to take up skiing? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me that usually horses don't climb the snowy slopes just because they want to. More often, it's people who find themselves there and face the destructive power of the mountains. Avalanches. Getting trapped in the snow is definitely not like diving headfirst into the snowdrift in the backyard of your house. After an avalanche, the snow surrounds you like concrete, and you might not be able to free your hands, let alone dig yourself out. Also, which side is up? All you can do is stay calm and hope that someone finds you. Anyone.
New EV rental fleet is the absolute goat in your house. Speaking of goats, is that Tom Brady? Yeah. Consider recharge, etc.
Perhaps the best option is an avalanche rescue dog. These highly trained dogs can search an area the size of 2 football fields in just 30 minutes. They don't need any special equipment, only their keen sense of smell. By comparison, it'd take 20 people about 8 times longer to search the same area. So yeah, these dogs are amazing rescuers. And by the way, they're not all St. Bernards. To qualify as rescuers, dogs go through 2 to 3 years of mandatory training and keep training all the time, even after that. However, this doesn't mean that ordinary dogs will never find anyone under the snow. Wait, I got a great example here somewhere. Oh, here it is. In 2013, a dog named Arary Cap helped his owner, a Welsh farmer, search for sheep under the snow under 12-foot drifts. That spring, there was a lot of snow in the region, and the sheep, which were supposed to graze peacefully in the meadows along with the lambs, fell into a trap. Seems like I use the word trap way too much. But what can you do if almost all the heroes of our video find themselves in some kind of trap? According to the farmer, without his dog, people would never have found the poor sheep. And I tend to agree. Can you imagine how deep 12 feet is? We aren't talking about some kind of basement. And don't forget, you don't have access to air under so much snow. But the dog just walked on the snow, sniffed the sheep out, or maybe heard sounds, started digging, and repeated it at least 70 times. Animals often need us when they face the elements they're helpless against. To be honest, humans are also sometimes powerless when facing the forces of nature, but let's admit it, people cause just as many problems. Take at least shark nets. If you've never heard of them, I'll explain. These scars on its left side and right tail fin. Can you imagine a zebra whale? We have something like that here, but with deep scars instead of stripes. The ship's propeller left the marks on the whale back in 2001, and after such wounds, the animal should have died. That is, collisions between whales and ships happen quite often. But this whale not only survived, but recovered, and was even able to have offspring. Yes, Blade Runner is a female that some researchers call one of the most unique animals they've ever seen. Looking at her photos, you can see why. See that?
changed. Lucas, that toilet was disgusting this morning. No. Yeah, I know you did. I meant Lucas did. This morning.
Come on, Franklin, what the hell is this? We're gonna stick out like some...
What do you see up there? I see a mountain with some dirt and some stone, another mountain with some dirt and some stone, and a mountain with some dirt and some stone.
Ooh, sounds like we've got some options.
Why did we spawn in the worst seed?
Wait a second, I see a beach just off the north side. I'm beach bound,